What up, though? LK the Leprechaun here. I just wanted to tap in. I know we got a few more subscribers. I assume some of y'all or most of y'all came to check me out after I did the Rare Breeds interview. Thank you for that. I greatly appreciate it. Much gratitude. So for those of you that don't know, I did an interview with the channel called Rare Breeds. Go check him out. It's where he interviews gang members. He calls them rare breeds. Whites and black gangs or Mexican gangs or a black and a Mexican gang or a Mexican dude and a black gang or stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. So if you like that kind of stuff, go check him out. He interviewed me as a white guy in a predominantly black gang. I am a reformed gang member turned community advocate. I'm no longer active. I no longer participate in that kind of lifestyle. I know I don't really air that stuff out on YouTube. I usually do like crime videos, and a lot of them may relate to like the gang stuff. My whole point is to show the youth. I do it like it's a lot of Ricos, is what it is. So my whole point is to show the youth that you don't want this for your life. It's a dangerous life. It's a sad way to live. You don't want to be in gangs. You don't want to be running the streets. You don't want to be doing a life of crime. It only gets you looking over your shoulder. It only gets you paranoid. It only leads down a road of negativity. So I've turned away from that life. I've been doing community events, advocating for the community, giving back to the community, just trying to do better for my life, better for me, better for my family, and the community around me, and better for the youth. I've had a lot of supporters hit me up and ask me and tell me that I should start telling my story, my own personal story. Um, People have been wanting me to tell my own personal story for a while now. For years now, I've been having people wanting me to get on their YouTube channel or their podcast or do this or do that. I've always turned it down. I was never real big into that. I'm not comfortable on camera. I'm not, when you in the streets and stuff, you don't, you don't, the camera, that's something that you don't want to do. But anyway, for years I've declined all that, declined the chance to tell my story. I was still halfway in the streets causing mischief, all that BS. As of recent though, I've decided to open up, start sharing my story, as a way to kind of just reach the youth and steer them in a more positive direction. If you're interested in that Rare Breeds interview I did, I'll drop the link in that in the description below. It was an interview. He took pictures and news articles and clippings, and he made it he made it look good. Not what I thought, but he did. He made it look good. But I don't want people to think I'm glorifying being a gang member or the street life. I don't want people to think I'm, advocating for that, because I'm not. I'm well into my 30s. I have children. I don't I don't want to see them growing up, in the streets. I don't want no youth growing up in the streets thinking it's cool to be a gang member. It's cool to skip school. It's cool to, do drugs, or it's cool to do crime, or hustle, or the big thing now is scamming. All these youngsters out here scamming the credit cards, or whatever they're doing. I don't even know. I don't even know nowadays, tell you the truth. But I'll drop a link. Let me know. Check it out. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in some stories like this, as far as like the gangs or the streets, or my personal life, let me know. Just let me know what you're interested in. Let me know what you want to hear. Drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Much love, peace, blessings, and much gratitude.